and they were sort of pink-orange underneath. There are only 2 of them, and one has long hair." "Strange," Longtree mused, thinking of their own hairless bodies. "Wonder what they want." Channeljumper shrugged to indicate he didn't know. "The short-haired one followed me," he said. Longtree felt the chill blue of fear creep along his spine, but immediate anger at himself changed it conveniently to purple, and he was certain Channeljumper hadn't noticed. When he had controlled himself, he said, "Well, it doesn't matter. I've got to get on with my symphony. That last note." "He's here," Channeljumper announced. "What?" Channeljumper pointed eagerly, and Longtree's eyes followed the direction to where the alien stood at the top of a nearby dune, staring at them. Longtree could feel his skin automatically turning red with caution, blending with the sand while the ever-trusting Channeljumper remained bright orange.
"Good gosh!" the alien exclaimed. "Not only do they look like modified grasshoppers, they change color too."
"What'd he say?" Longtree demanded. "How should I know?" Channeljumper said. "It's in another language." "And its voice!" Longtree exclaimed, almost disbelieving it. "Low, lower than even our drums rumble."
"And they talk in squeaks yet," the alien told himself aloud.
Longtree regarded the alien carefully. As Channeljumper had said, the creature was short and had close-cropped hair on its head. The legs were brief and pudgy, and Longtree felt a shade of pity for the creature who could obviously not get around as well as they. It was undoubtedly intelligent, the space rocket testified to that, and the fact that the creature's skin color stayed a peaceful pink-orange helped assure Longtree the alien's mission was friendly. The alien raised a short arm and stepped slowly forward.
"I come in peace," he said in the language they could not understand. "My wife and I are probably the only humans left alive. When we left Earth, most of the population had been wiped out by atomics. I think we were the only ones to get away."
Longtree felt his redness subside to orange, and he wondered idly what the alien had said. Except for a natural curiosity, he didn't really care, for he remembered suddenly the symphony he had to finish by tomorrow if he were to marry Redsand. But there was the element of politeness to consider, so he nudged Channeljumper. "Don't just stand there. Say something." Channeljumper flustered and turned several colors in rapid succession. He stammered, "Welcome to our planet, O visitor from space," and motioned the alien to sit down. "That's not very creative," Longtree accused. "What's the difference?" Channeljumper pointed out, "when he doesn't understand us anyway."
"You guys don't really look like grasshoppers," the man from Earth apologized, coming forward. "It's just the long legs that fooled me from up there. Boy, am I glad to find somebody intelligent on Mars. From the air we couldn't see any cities or anything, and we were afraid the planet didn't have any life. I wish we could understand each other, though."
Longtree smiled pleasantly and wished the creature would go away so he could search for the last note to his symphony. He picked up his blowstring so the alien wouldn't sit on it. "Play for him," Channeljumper suggested, seating himself by segments. "Just the last part to see how he reacts. Music is universal, you know." Longtree was going to do just that thing, for despite Channeljumper's warning that he must compose every single note by himself, he felt an alien viewpoint might be helpful. He started playing. Channeljumper sat dreaming, glowing radiantly, but the alien seemed somewhat perturbed by the music and fidgeted nervously. Could it be, Longtree wondered, that the incredible beauty of his composition might not translate acceptably to alien ears? He dismissed the thought as unlikely.
That's a bit high, isn't it?"
the creature said, shaking his head. Lost in the sweeping melodies, neither Longtree nor Channeljumper paid any attention to the meaningless syllables. Longtree played on, oblivious to all else, soaring toward the great screaming crescendo that would culminate with the missing note. Vaguely he became aware that the creature had gotten up, and he turned a small part of his attention to the action. Longtree smiled inwardly, pleased, and turned yellow with pride to think that even a man from another planet should so appreciate his symphony that he got up and danced a strange dance, and even sang to the music. The alien held on to his ears and leapt erratically, singing,
No, no, stop it. It's too high. My head's bursting.
Channeljumper too seemed pleased by this show of appreciation, though neither of them understood the words, and Longtree swept into the final notes of the rising crescendo with a gusto he had not previously displayed. He stopped where he'd always stopped. And the final note came. It startled the Martians. Then the realization swept over them in glad tides of colour. The symphony was complete now, with that final alien sound. Longtree could win both the festival prize and Red Sand with it. The last note was a soft popping sound that had come from the creature from another planet. They looked to see him sagging to the ground, his head soft and pulpy. "My symphony's complete!" Longtree exclaimed jubilantly, a brilliant yellow now. But Channeljumper's yellow happiness was tinged with green. "A pity," he said. "The creature had to give its life in exchange for the note." "I believe it really wanted to," Longtree said, turning solemn. "Did you see how it danced to the music as though in the throes of ecstasy, and it didn't change colour once? It must have died happy to know it gave itself to a good cause." "You could probably get by with claiming to use the creature as an auxiliary instrument," mused Channeljumper, practical once more, "and eliminate any claim he might have assisted you. But what about the festival? This one looks as though he doesn't have another note in him." "There's the other one," Longtree reminded. "The one with the long hair. We can save that one until tomorrow." "Of course," Channeljumper agreed, standing up. "I'll go get it, and you can keep it safe here in your hole until tomorrow night." "You're a good friend, Channeljumper," Longtree began, but the other was already bounding out of sight over a sand dune. Blissfully he raised the blowstring into position and played the opening notes to his symphony. The alien lay unmoving with its head in a sticky puddle. But Longtree took no notice. He didn't even consider that after the festival he would never be able to play his symphony again in all its glorious completeness. His spinal column tingled pleasantly, and his skin turned the golden yellow of unbearable happiness. The music was beautiful. End of I Like Martian Music by Charles E. Fritch. Recording by